Thankfully, the lake breeze has settled on in for most of us at least. But yes, we had our fourth 90-degree day today in Milwaukee this year. We had a high of 91, not quite the record from the 1995, but still, so far in 2019, we have had 4 days in the 90s. By this same time last year, we had already had 7. But don't worry, summer lovers who love these 90s. Typically in the summer, we average about 9 of them. We've got at least 4 of them in the 7-day forecast. We'll talk about that in just a minute, but you can really see the impact of that lake breeze. Down to 67 now in Port Washington, 78 degrees in Milwaukee, 81 a little cooler, starting to cool off in Waukesha as well as in West Bend. Still hot and humid though out in Janesville, 90 degrees, 89 right now in Madison. And if you think it's humid now, it is going to get even worse as we get into the work week. Tomorrow, I think we're going to do a little bit better in terms of humidity. There's that lake breeze again. It's made its way almost to the West Bend area. Fond du Lac starting to see that change of wind direction, but it is blue skies wherever you look. We are looking at a nice high pressure that is keeping us quiet for right now. But again, much cooler right at the lake itself. Shorewood and Oak Creek down into the 60s, while Wautosa in the 70s. Part of the reason for us having dry weather is because Tropical Storm Barry, it was again a hurricane at one point as it made landfall, and now it has decreased down to a tropical storm. But typically when we see activity in the Gulf of Mexico, that means quiet weather for us here. It almost acts like a roadblock for our weather department, which just means pretty smooth sailing for us. Did have a shower or two down in portions of Jefferson and Walworth County earlier today. That has come to an end. The rest of the evening, we are staying dry. Getting into your Sunday, here's the big difference from today to tomorrow. Notice the entire southeastern Wisconsin, we're going to be seeing easterly winds for all of us. That just means it will be cooler, a little bit less humidity as well. Don't get used to it though, because as we go into your Monday, here comes a southerly wind. That's going to boost the temperatures, bring up some of the humidity, could even spark off an isolated shower late in the day, but it is mainly just going to be hot and humid. It's going to stay that way all week long. So the air conditioner and the fans are going to be getting plenty of a workout. 65 degrees, your overnight low for tonight. Partly cloudy skies, not as warm as what we woke up to this morning. That also sets us up for a slightly cooler day tomorrow by about 10 degrees. 81 for the high at the lakefront, 86 away from Lake Michigan with lots of sunshine. Notice by the afternoon, it's going to feel like the 70s at the lakefront, still going to feel like the 90s out near Watertown and Whitewater. As we get into Monday, watch what happens with the feels like temperatures. We're going to be flirting with feeling like 100 degrees when you factor in the humidity throughout Monday. It is going to start off the work week on a scorcher of a note. And of course, a lot of that is because the humidity. Today, dew points flirting with 60 degrees. By the time we get to the week, we're talking dew points in the 70s, which just means it's going to be sticky and humid, almost dangerously humid at times. And notice Monday, we're in the 90s. We get a little cooler for Tuesday and Wednesday as the remnants of Barry make their way up here. But we get to Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, more 90s ahead. And again, it's going to feel like the upper 90s and even close to 100 degrees. And look at those low temperatures in the 70s. It is going to be almost dangerously hot next week.
Yeah, hot week ahead. All right. Thanks, Jesse.